faint sound coming from the guest room. Curious and worried, she tiptoed down the corridor. As she got closer, she heard whispering and muffled giggles. Her heart pounded. Slowly, she opened the door. What she saw stopped her breath. Joy's voice swelled through the loud hall of Word Alive Ministry, carrying a depth that moved even the most distracted soul. The choir followed her lead as she raised her hands in worship, eyes closed, completely immersed. The congregation clapped and swirled, lost in the spiritual atmosphere she had created. It was not the first time Joy had led the praise and worship section, but there was something different today. The spirit of worship was heavy. The many congregants wiped tears away from their eyes. The service ended with a loud cheer of Amen as the pastor stepped forward to preach. In the front row, Mrs. Grace Williams, a well-known figure in the church, watched Joy intently, dressed in her usual flamboyant attire and designer headgear. Mrs. Williams was admired by many for her wealth and generous donation to the church. Joy had always respected her from afar, fascinated by her confidence and seemingly perfect life. After the benediction, Joy packed her Bible and hymn, ready to leave, when a church usher approached her. "Sister Joy, wait. Miss Williams would like to see you. She's waiting over there by the office church." Joy's heart skipped. Mrs. Williams wanted to see her. She smoothed her blouse and walked over. "Good afternoon, ma. My dear Joy." Mrs. Williams smiled warmly, removing her sunglasses. "You were simply amazing today. The way you ushered us into God's presence, eh? I was blessed, truly blessed." Joy blushed. "Thank you so much, ma. Glory to God." Mrs. Williams nodded. "You have a gift, and I thank God you're using it for His glory. In fact, I want to talk to you about something very important. Can you come over to my house one of these evenings? We will talk over dinner." Joy could hardly contain her excitement. "Yes, ma. I would be very honored." "Good girl," Mrs. Williams said, gently patting her shoulder. "I'll have my driver send you the address, and I will be expecting you." Joy arrived at Mrs. Williams' mansion just after 6 p.m. on Thursday. The gate alone looked like the entrance of a 5-star hotel. The compound was massive, the house towering like a palace. The flower bed were trimmed, and the fountain stood proudly in the middle of the driveway. She adjusted her simple gown and approached the front door. A maid ushered her into the house, and Joy gasped quietly. The sitting room was tastefully furnished, golden drapes, white Italian sofas, glass tables, and chandeliers that sparkled like diamonds. Mrs. Williams soon appeared, wearing a silk wrapper and a lace blouse. "Welcome again to my house, my dear Joy. I hope you didn't struggle to find this place." No, ma. Your driver gave me the direction," she said. "Good. Come, let's sit. I have something to share with you." They sat at the dining table, and after a few minutes of pleasantries and light meals of rice and pepper chicken, Mrs. Williams cleared her throat. "Joy, you are not just a gifted singer. You are also beautiful, disciplined, and God-fearing. I admire that about you." Joy smiled shyly. Thank you, ma. You see, my son Maurice just returned from Canada. He's 33, doing well for himself and ready to settle down. But I have not seen any girl worthy until now." Joy's eyes widened slightly. "Ma?" "Yes, Joy. I want you to meet him. He's around a few days now. I have spoken about you already, and he's curious to meet you." Joy's heart began to race. Mrs. Williams' son, the almighty Maurice, everyone has been talking about. This was unexpected. "Don't look so alarmed," Mrs. Williams chuckled. "Just meet him. If it works out, great. If not, we'll move on. But let me tell you, my dear, I have strong feeling that the two of you will connect perfectly." "All right, ma. Joy said slowly. I can meet him. Perfect. Mrs. William grinned. Tomorrow evening, same place. That night, Joy could not sleep. Ah, so Mrs. Williams wants her to meet her son. Hey, hey, Omo, God, you do this one, oh. Ah, me and poverty. Ah, we have nothing in common again, oh. Eh? Poverty. Bye bye, oh. I am finally leaving you behind. She could barely catch any sleep. As she could not wait to meet Morris, Mrs. Williamson. Friday evening, Joy put on her best dress, styled her braids perfectly to her satisfaction, and then Joy made her way to the Williamses' residence again, her nerves barely under control, despite wearing her best soft yellow dress and taking extra time with her hair. The thought of meeting Morris was both exciting and intimidating. What if he does not like me? Various thoughts started running through her mind. The door opened and it was him, Morris. Tall, caramel skinned, with neatly trimmed facial hair and a strong jawline. He smiled, revealing a dimples. So, this is the famous Joy, he said. Joy smiled politely. Good evening. Evening. You look even more better than my mom described. Please come in. They sat in the lounge sipping fruit juice as soft music played in the background. Maurice asked about her ministry, her goals, and her upbringing. He seemed genuinely interested, nodding and laughing at the right places. So, any man in your life? He asked, leaning slightly forward. Joy shook her head. No, I am not in any relationship. Good, he smiled, because from the moment I saw you, I felt something. You are special. I don't usually say these things like this, but I think you and I are meant to be. Joy blushed. His words were smooth, almost too smooth, but he had a charm. If we are going to talk, I need you to know something very important, she said. I don't believe in premarital sex. If we must be in a relationship, we have to honor God first. Morris nodded quickly. Of course, I respect that. I admire your values. Honestly, I've made my own mistake in the past, but I want to do things differently now. That sealed it up for Joy. A handsome man, rich, respectful of her values, and the son of great Mrs. Williams. This had to be God. Ah, there is nothing anybody was going to tell Joy. Their relationship moved fast. Morris called Joy every morning, sent flowers to her office, and even attended church occasionally because of Joy, even though he never really liked attending one. The church members soon took note of the possible relationship between Sister Joy the singer and Mrs. Williams' son Morris. Mrs. Williams was delighted. She told anyone who cared to listen that Joy was the perfect daughter-in-law. Wedding plans began a month after their courtship started. Joy was surprised at the speed, but Morris seemed eager. Why wait? When you know now, he would often say. Despite her excitement, an uneasiness lingered in her heart. She began to have strange dreams of running down dark road, of being chased by a masquerade whose voice sounded familiar, the one that even made her more afraid. It was the day she saw Morris in her dream, chasing her. She would wake up panting and disturbed. She intensified her prayer, asking God to reveal anything hidden. But the dream kept coming. She knew something was off. Was God trying to tell her something? Ah, no, not at this time of her life. Oh, she had waited for so long to get married. In a few months' time, I will be clocking 33 years. She thought to herself, I know this is my village people. They don't want me to get married. Ah, every enemies from my father's side, every enemies from my mother's side. Ah, by fire, die, die. I must marry you, whether you like it or not. But the dream would persist. After she prayed the more deep down, she knew God was trying to speak to her. But then again, why? Abeg God o, leave me. I don see husband and you were the one that gave it to me now. What is all this? Despite her inner conviction of not going ahead with the marriage, Joy decided to go in search of validation from others. She confided in people and she even confided in her pastor. Pastor, I feel troubled. I have prayed, fasted, even, but I still don't have peace. The pastor stroked his beard thoughtfully. Joy, you are under pressure. This is a big step. But look at Mrs. Williams now. She's a God-fearing woman. If she trusts Maurice, then I believe you're in good hands. That family is a very good family, and you know them as well. And I am convinced you are in safe hands, Sister Joy. You are even very lucky. I must tell you. Joy nodded reluctantly. Maybe the pastor was right. Mrs. Williams was respected. Maurice was kind. He was a kind man that every woman would desire. Maybe her fears were just normal bridal anxiety. The wedding date was fixed. The engagement list was settled quickly. Mrs. Williams spared no expenses. She always briefed the event planner, the hall, the caterers, the decorators. All were top notch. Joy should have been excited, but the tension in her chest grew each day. While she had insisted on sexual purity, Maurice lacked that spark in his eyes of a man who truly loved, admired, and wanted her touch. He was always a bit distant, though she liked it a bit, but sometimes it really got her concerned. He was sweet, yes, but too distant, always busy, always with his best friend Victor, who seemed to appear at every turn. Joy decided to brush it off. She had made her stand clear. Perhaps Maurice was just being respectful. Finally, the wedding day arrived. The church was filled with guests. Joy walked down the aisle in a dazzling white gown, her heart torn with a mix of joy and dread. They said their vows. Then, the reception. Joy smiled for the camera, danced with her husband. They had a lot of fun at the reception. Most of the single ladies looked at her in admiration. Chai, see love now. God, when? Am I a spoon? If I'm a spoon, use me now. Chai, he's even rich oh. Ah, God, pick my call now. Me sef, let me marry this year, they said to themselves. That night, they got to the hotel suite. After the long, eventful day, the couple were already tired. Joy waited as Maurice came out of the bathroom in his pajamas. He lay down, and within minutes, he was snoring. She sat at the edge of the bed frozen. Maybe he was tired. Maybe tomorrow will be different. She turned off the lamp and whispered a quiet prayer. Lord, let this be what you want for me. Preserve this marriage and let our love blossom. She closed her eyes, hoping morning would bring clarity. The next morning, Joy woke up hoping things would change, but Maurice acted like nothing was wrong. He chatted casually about the wedding, the guests, even the hotel breakfast menu. Joy waited for a moment of intimacy, a kiss, a touch, anything, but nothing came. He remained distant. You didn't even hold me last night, she said softly as they had breakfast. Oh, I was exhausted, babe. You know how hectic the wedding was. I needed sleep. I understand. I know, maybe tonight? Sure, Maurice said, forcing a smile. However, that night passed the same way. He fell asleep without any effort towards physical closeness. Weeks passed. Joy tried to not panic, but the reality could not be ignored. Maurice came home late almost every night, smelling of cologne and sometimes alcohol. He would walk straight to the guest room or flop on the couch and sleep off. When Joy tried to talk, he would mumble an excuse or pretend to be asleep. Maurice, why are you avoiding me? I am not avoiding you. I am just tired. Work is hectic, but we are married. He would roll his eyes. Can't a man be tired in his own house? Joy began to feel invisible. Her calls and her messages were often ignored. At church, she wore a smile, but her heart was heavy. Maurice's best friend, Victor, was a regular face in their home. He often visited late, especially on weekends, and Joy noticed how Maurice came alive around him, laughing, joking, and drinking. Victor was friendly towards Joy also, and often helped out in the kitchen when Maurice was too busy or pretending to be. One Sunday night, after they had all watched football together, Victor decided to stay over since it was late. Maurice offered the guest room. Joy didn't mind. After all, he was Maurice's friend. Around midnight, Joy woke up and found Maurice missing from the bedroom. She waited for a while, thinking he had gone to the bathroom. But when he didn't return, she stepped out to check. The house was silent, except for a faint sound coming from the guest room. Curious and worried, she tiptoed down the corridor. As she got closer, she heard whispering and muffled giggles. Her heart pounded. Slowly, she opened the door. What she saw stopped her breath. Maurice and Victor in an intimate position on the bed. Joy gasped aloud. They both turned sharply. Panic filled their faces. Before she could react, Maurice jumped up. Joy, wait, wait. No, don't come close to me, she screamed, backing away. Victor hurriedly reached out for his trousers. Joy turned and ran. She grabbed her phone and dashed out of the house, barefoot, shaking and running. She ran into the dark streets, crying, hiding behind parked cars and bushes, praying they wouldn't come after her. She was scared for her life. She spent the night at a small abandoned building, sleeping on a bench. By morning, she cleaned up and took a bus straight to Mrs. Williams's home. She sat down in tears and told her everything. Mrs. Williams sighed, not looking surprised. I knew, she said quietly. You knew? Joy shouted. Yes, he is my son. I've tried everything to stop him. Why do you think I wanted you to marry him quickly? I thought marriage would fix him. You were the only decent girl I can trust. And I know that with you, people wouldn't suspect. Joy's knees buckled beneath her. She felt like her heart had been stabbed in the chest. So, you knew all along? You used me! I wanted to help my son. I did not want the world to know who he was. I thought your marriage to him would at least make him look responsible. He was losing himself. Joy stood up. You betrayed me. God will judge you. So, if I was your daughter, would you want me to be married to a man like Maurice? But you're not my daughter now. You wanted the money, obviously. You went for him. You never even complained because you felt he was rich. Joy looked at her with so much regret. She left the mansion, wiping her tears, but never returned. Joy found herself back at Word Alive Ministry the following Sunday. She sat at the back, wrapped in a simple blue gown. Mrs. Morris wasn't in church, her head bowed low. The same stage she had once led worship from now felt so far away. When the choir began to sing, tears streamed down her cheeks. She couldn't stop them. All the emotions she had bottled up, the betrayal, the shame, the anger, doubting her own self, rushing out like a river, tears, and most of all, the regret of not listening to her guts, the regret of neglecting all the dreams. It all came crashing on her. The regret of seeking validation from others when deep down in her heart, she knew the truth. Joy moved out of Maurice's house, permanently. She rented a small apartment in another city, far away from the eyes and gossip of familiar faces. She gave a divorce papers. After all, the marriage was never consummated. She got another job and slowly began to pick up the pieces of her life. Mrs. Williams called several times. Joy didn't answer. She didn't need more apologies or excuses or reasons to make her feel so stupid. She needed peace. She journaled daily, pouring out the pain to God in letters she never mailed. Each day, her heart grew lighter. I know I would have listened to that still small voice. I know you love me and really tried stopping me. But now I know why. I understand better. I am sorry. All I need is for you to heal my broken heart, she wrote each day. One day, out of nowhere, Maurice showed up at her new workplace. He looked thinner, tired, and less polished than before. Joy, I need to talk to you. Joy blinked. Why are you here? I I am sorry. I have been a mess. I have started therapy. I am trying to understand myself better. I know I hurt you. I know, but she stared at him for a long moment. You didn't just hurt me. You shattered everything I believe in. Everything I believe about love, about marriage, about trust. Anyways, I did not listen to my guts. If I had done, I would have not been in that situation. He nodded, eyes moist. I know I just wanted you to know I am trying. I hope one day you can forgive me. Joy sighed. Forgiveness is not for you. It is for me, and I am working on it. But Maurice, don't ever come to my office ever again. Let me heal in peace. Let this be the first and last time. He nodded and walked away, and that was the last time she saw him. Thank you for watching. What lessons do you learn from this story, from Joy's story? Kindly share with us in the comment section as we interact. Like this video, please, and kindly subscribe to this channel if you're not already subscribed. Until I come your way again with another story, for now, from me, it is bye.